Hello, a few minutes late. There it goes. Okay. Oh my gosh. So now what? A little over 2 weeks that I have not been out of the house. So once I get done listing a few more items, a handful of items from the last thrift haul live review that we did the other day, some glass items. I've got a rack of clothing over there that y'all have already seen in past hauls because I've been focusing on hard goods. I'd say about 2 feet worth. So that'll take about a day, day and a half, depending on, how focused I stay. I don't like to do any one thing for too long. I like to get up and move around. Anyways, after that, that's it. And I'm not going out thrifting, so until further notice. So I happen to have 3 stockpiles that we can talk about. Let me pull up chat real quick. I'll be right back. Just pull it up over here so I can see it. Okay. All right. But I want to answer it here so I don't have to keep leaving. Okay. So let me pull it up on my phone too. So if I need to answer anyone for some reason, I can just do it that way. Pull up my channel. I hope you guys are doing okay. There I am. I hope you guys are doing okay. And turn the sound down. Okay. Switch chat from top to live so that everything shows. I don't know if y'all know that. I think, what was it, sometime late or the middle of last year, 2019, they added this, I don't know why, top chat and live chat. So if you're in a show that's really, really busy, if you don't toggle it over to live chat, you might not see all the comments from the other chatters. So just so you know. All right. How's everyone doing? How are my friends doing? My reseller friends. Oh my gosh. Where can I put this? Right there. You guys, how are you doing? There's a few of you already in here, I see. I know some people just like to watch. They don't really like to chat, but now's a good time as any to speak up. I am feeling so isolated. So I tried to get Lindy Glenn. A lot of my followers, you know Lindy as well. She's got a much larger channel. I tried to get her to come on with me. She's my reseller BFF. And but no one's there to watch little Benjamin, and he won't keep his clothes on. So we can't have Benjamin. The same reason she didn't do her Motivation Monday yesterday, because for some reason Benjamin will not. She said not just his clothes, he even is peeling off his underwear spontaneously. So we can't have a little, what is he now? 4? I think Benji's 4 or 5. We can't have that on YouTube. Anyway, she might pop into the chat maybe when she gets the notification. I told her I'm just going to go ahead and go live solo because I just want to chat about reselling with somebody. And just let somebody know I'm here. So you guys speak up in the chat. Tell me what are you guys doing? Like, who's on lockdown and who's not? If you follow me on Instagram as well, you saw in my stories the other day, I showed that I'm down to my last pack of toilet paper. So, and I can't find any anywhere. I don't want to order it from overseas. I think that's probably pointless. And I just can't seem to find any. So I bought a bunch more reams of my tissue paper that I use for shipping. And I bought 6 reams of 960 sheets. I didn't want to be like a hoarder and take up everything. And I'm certainly not buying to resell and price gouge. But I got a notice they fulfilled that order. So she had, she's got plenty left. And, she's not the only seller of it. She's just the one I always buy from. So push comes to shove, that stuff will be going into the bathroom. Plus I have, I put myself on voluntary lockdown before everything kind of got crazy, or at least I didn't know. Let's put it that way. I thought, well, I can stay home, so I'm going to stay home. Let me run up to the store and just get some of my favorite snacks. That's all I was thinking. Stock up for a couple of weeks or so. My rice milk, my favorite snacks. I'm vegan, so my food's a little different. Oh my gosh. And when I got there, I thought, well, I might as well grab some toilet paper while I'm here. That's when I found out what is happening. What's with the toilet paper? I didn't, that kind of caught me off guard. So I was too late on that, and now it's even worse, right? So yeah, we had a little stockpile, but not much. So we're each down. Steve and I are each down. We have split bathrooms. We're each down to our own pack. So tissue paper. Oh, wait a minute. But since this was a little bit early before the real bad panic, and the shelves were all getting cleared of stuff, the paper goods were gone. Yeah, the toilet paper. Excuse me. But I went over to the baby section, and they still had plenty of diaper wipes, those wet wipe refills. So I bought quite a grip of those. And again, I didn't clear a shelf. I just think that is just not nice. It just goes against my conscious creation thoughts, my like law of attraction, which is a big tangled mess right now with my thinking. But anyways, I got to stay true to some of my religion. And so I didn't clear the shelves. I just took, a pretty decent amount just in case. And we'll see what happens. So I'll be okay. I'll survive. And I did get a bunch of rice milk because rice milk lasts a long time because it's not like dairy milk. And apparently hardly anyone else in this town likes rice milk. So I did get a bunch of rice milk, my cartons of rice milk that they last for a couple of months. So they're all in the bottom of my refrigerator. So that's the thing I'm addicted to is, my rice milk because I don't do dairy. And I got a little addiction to, some snacks and bread items. I'm a bread connoisseur, but I've got flour, everything I need if I have to make bread. Bread doesn't seem to be an issue right now. I can't see who popped in. Let me see. Let me look at my phone, okay? Hello. Amazon has been getting baby wipes. Just takes a while to ship. I ordered. Okay. So you've got a little order on back order. I hope you get them. Let's see how long it takes. So I just didn't even bother to order on Amazon. I'm really supportive of eBay anyways. I try not to use Amazon. I try to stay true to eBay because I'm an eBay seller. So I always look there first. But yeah, I tried Walmart. Walmart's back ordering stuff. Anyways, good for you. I hope you get it. It shipped. Oh, awesome. Good for you. But that's a good idea, right? Worst comes to worst. I always called them diaper wipes from when Hannah was little. So just took 5 days to ship. Well, that's really not too bad, right? That's not too bad. And shipping process might be a little slower in the future, depending on how long this lasts, right? We'll see what happens to shipping, transportation, things moving around. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, all of our truck drivers who are sometimes taken for granted, just like police officers, teachers, and firemen, sometimes taken for granted their contribution in society. So, shout out to truck drivers right now. So I hope they stay healthy. They're pretty isolated, right? So it should be easy for them to practice social distancing to hopefully keep our stuff moving for us. Although, as factories have to shut down, if they don't restructure and figure out how to do social distancing to keep some of their production up, we might see a little shortage of some things. We'll see. It's not, I know I'm Gen X, and I don't even know if baby boomers have seen anything of this magnitude. We've seen epidemics. Baby boomers too, I think have seen epidemics. I don't even know if a millennial has seen an epidemic though, but Gen X and baby boomers have, but I don't think we've ever seen a pandemic. So a little bit of a learning curve here, right? I've never been like a prepper, but I'm getting a little bit of a prepper attitude. When this is all over, I have decided to make a little, nothing alarmist, but to make a little area in my laundry room to maybe keep stocked up on a few things that I normally don't. I'm normally like, I live 4 blocks behind a shopping mall. Everything is there. You know how malls are. There's everything all around once there's a mall. I'm like, I'll be fine. Well, not so much, right? So I don't even have any more laundry detergent. So because I'm just like, I never stockpile that kind of stuff. I don't stockpile hardly anything. So except for shipping supplies for my reseller business. Anyways, let's see what the chat says and let's try to move on. But I don't want this to be all about that. I have plenty of TP. I saw this coming, but I'm in California and it's getting worse here. Oh yeah, you guys, you're on lockdown. Hi, Amy. Hugs from Omaha. Thank you. Amy was one of the people that DM'd me the other day. yesterday on my stories and said, I've got some toilet paper if you need it. And I'm like, I'll try to get by. But I told her, so sweet, that, oh, if push comes to shove, I would only do that if I have something that she needs, that you need, Amy, that we could trade. But I think I'll be fine. Got my diaper wipes. I've got a bunch of tissue paper coming in. I don't know. The toilet's next to the shower. I'll stick my little booty in there if I have to, and just have a big, huge bidet. Yeah, I'll turn my shower into a bidet. Anyways, I mean, it does have one of those shower. I did attach one of those shower sprays on the hose. Okay, that's probably TMI, but hey, sometimes we're going to have to think outside the box. So, all right. So I want to know how you guys are doing before we start making it all about me and what I'm going to do next, and maybe some, have your guys' input. Hi, George. Good to be prepared. We're seeing TP return to stores on occasion. Okay. I'm mostly vegetarian. It's harder with fewer raw foods. Yes, because you can't really, like, I'm vegan, and you can't stockpile our veggies, right? As a matter of fact, I was thinking ahead. And I hate to say it out loud and put it out in the universe, but if this gets carried away and continues on, if we don't get this contained and it continues on, I may grow a little garden this spring. So I've always kind of wanted to anyways, but thought, well, you're better at reselling. Let people who garden do that. You make your money reselling, spend your money to buy their vegetables stuff locally. I go to farmers markets a lot. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about that. It's harder. But TP's returns to your stores. Okay, but George, here's the thing about you. Where are you at? I think the last time I read your IG, you said you were kind of hanging out in Florida, because who knows where you're at. So I hope you're not up in Washington, because that's kind of a hotbed. So surely toilet paper is not returning up there. Let's see what George says. I'm going through all my death piles. See, that's what I'm going to talk about, Amy. That's kind of what I'm going to talk about here. You guys can, and since I'm so lonely and I'm such an attention hoo-ha, I've got, for you, I usually do thrift with me videos. Well, I'm not leaving the house. So I'm like, I got to get my fill of interaction and my fill of attention, right? So we'll pick one of my death piles that I'm not real educated on these niches. Well, that one I am. And no, stockpile, not death pile, stockpile. These are money piles. And they're going to require me to learn. There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, especially with these too. And we'll talk about it in a minute. I want to finish chatting about this. I bought seeds. Yeah, I've got a bunch of seed packs. Better at reselling too, but we make it to learn new stuff. I left the big city and I'm hanging out in the country with one other person. Okay. Yeah, money piles. That's right, Amy. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking the same as you, George. I might, I'm prepared to make a garden if that's what I have to do. And I'm getting some more supplies in just in case. Seeds don't cost that much right now, right? So, oh, you know what? Lindy gave me a tip too on Tylenol. There's kind of a run on acetaminophen. I'm already seeing prices going up. I verified what she said when we were chatting right before here. Because like I said, I was trying to get Lindy to come on, Lindy Glenn, for those of you that just came in. If you follow me, you probably follow Lindy. She's my girl. And so she's got some in stock that, I think she's got a little bit left that she's selling, but prices are already going up. I looked it up and she's right. And so what did she tell me about that? Because I didn't really realize this too much. Oh, some people can't take ibuprofen and naproxen, which is brand names are Aleve and I don't know what the good brand names are. Motrin, no, for ibuprofen, whatever. So the brand name most popular for acetaminophen is Tylenol. Well, some people can't take the NSAIDs, right? So I guess they're stocking up on Tylenol now. So if you're one of those people and you need your Tylenol, Lindy gave me a heads up and I'm passing it on to you. Prices are already going up when you look. It's insane. I thought eBay was going to protect against price gouging, but they're letting some stuff go. I don't know. there's something to be said about that. Okay, price gouging. I mean, I feel like supply and demand in capitalism, right, and lets us adjust prices a little bit, right, when the demand is more than the supply. I mean, why can't we as resellers, our little reseller business, why can't we do that also? As long as we're not carried away, I don't see why we can't bump up prices to a reasonable amount when we have the commodities people are looking for that aren't really life or death. Like if I had a bunch of masks, I would just be donating them at this point. But you get what I'm saying? I mean, I think there's a little like gray area. Definitely there's a line that we shouldn't cross to be socially responsible and like ethical. But to bump up prices on some things, supply and demand, that's how things work. It's done to us, like on our insurance, our housing, whatever. So sometimes it's our turn to make a little extra money. But again, remember I said not price gouging, though, not to get carried away. I don't know. What do you guys think? Vegetarian, it's harder with pure raw foods, isn't it? Yeah. Thank goodness I don't eat canned either. I either eat it fresh or my second choice for my vegetables and fruits are frozen, of course. But we don't even keep an extra freezer. Like we are not preppers or anything. Like we live in the second largest city in Colorado, just outside of Denver. I'm in Colorado Springs. I can see the Air Force Academy out my window. And there's a mall a few blocks up here with all these amenities. We always live easy breezy. Whatever we need, go get it. We don't like a bunch of stuff everywhere. I have enough stuff everywhere with my reselling business. But, we're having to rethink a few things. Like I said, me being a Gen X, first wave, almost baby boomer, I've seen epidemics, but I've never experienced a pandemic. So I know millennials haven't, and I'm not sure about baby boomers, but okay, let's see. Let me catch up here. Yeah, buying more seeds, definitely. People will revert to vintage methods of food prep. Right? I wish eBay had waived our store fee instead of... Yes, because I hate to be snarky, darn it, but I am sometimes. The deal, like whenever they send those out, typically, like 500,000, that's a lot. Whenever they typically send those out under normal circumstances, I always ignore them because I just have the second level store, right? And so what happens is when they give you like a free month to list all these items, you scramble, and you list all your back stock. Well, then when some of it doesn't sell, you're over your limit for the next month. When the promotion's over, guess what? How many people do you think they convert into upgrading their store rather than remove all those listings? It's a delicate little balance to remember to do that unless you're wanting to upgrade your store. And let's see, I'm at a basic store, $25 a month. And to go to the next level is a significant increase in cost. We have tried for years to get them to put slide something in the middle between basic and what is it? Is it Premier? Whatever the next one is. No, yeah, Premier, not Anchor. That's the real big one. Now they slid some things under, but they will not put anything in that huge gap. So anyways, there's that. So if you do, hello, Kristen in New York. Hello, happy cowgirl thrifter, thrifting adventures. Hi, Stephanie. I'm coming. Oh, hey, you guys. Stephanie, can I talk about what you're going to do today? Let me get her permission first. Hi, Cindy. I've been chatting for a few minutes before. I've been waiting and just chatting before I get into the meat of this. I'm just getting my fill of attention because I have not left the house for a couple of weeks. Stephanie, can I talk about you? Let's see what she says. Stephanie's going to do something today, and I want to tell you guys so you can support it. Hi, Fatbird Vines. Hi, girls. I don't know who this is, Mary Beth or Laura, but hi to both of you. Okay, while we're waiting on Stephanie to answer, if I can talk about what she's going to do today and where I'm going to be here in a little bit. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, Amy, you get what I'm talking about, right? So those of you that do take eBay up on that offer, if you even have any stock to list, thank goodness well, some people have stockpiles. Most of us do, even if we don't admit it. Be careful, watch the time frame, or you're going to get caught with listing fees or be tempted to upgrade to another level store, which I would not recommend at this time. And remember, when I say get caught with listing fees, because remember now, they good till cancel, everything's that way, and it automatically renews unless you're doing auctions. And that's not what this promo is for. Yes, Stephanie, Thrifting Adventures, I'm talking to you. Can I talk about what you're doing today? I just want your permission. Amy, you're working at a hospital? I did not know that. But greatly appreciate having them work. Oh my gosh, stay safe. So they are talking about us working from home. You must be an admin then. Okay, I'm not waiting for Stephanie to answer. Yeah, okay, I think I can. She mentioned it. Stephanie, Thrifting Adventures, she's in the chat. She's going to go live for the first time today, right? You're still going to try it. And that's where I'm going to be. I'll be over in her side chat when she goes live. Let's see. What did I say? 2 o'clock my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. She's Pacific Time. 1 o'clock Pacific Time, right? And if let's support Stephanie. She's trying really hard to grow her channel. It's very cute. I really like her. So you can, I don't know if you're on the phone or the computer, but you can hit her picture or the 3 dots on her comments, and it'll say like go to channel, and you can go sub real quick. So, and then come back and chat with me because I'm super lonely. But that's where I'll be after this. I'm going to go over whenever she goes live and support Stephanie in the chat. So let's do that, you guys. I work in patient admission. Okay. One time. Okay. So you guys go sub to Stephanie if you haven't, and we'll do that. Playing Scrabble. All right. So let me get my fill. So, okay, like I said, I've got a little bit of hard goods that I can still list from the last thrift haul that we did last week. And I've got a small cut down rack of clothing over there. You guys have all seen it if you watch my thrift hauls. It's some good pieces. There are some good items, about 2 feet worth. So once that's it, that's done. That's it. Unless I start shopping my closet, which I could do. I can do that too. I've got way too many clothes in my dressing closet. But I do have 3 stockpiles. Those of you that follow me, you guys know this already about me. I've been watching all my jewelry girls, all my OG friends, Thelma Thrift, Thrifty Treasures, Tanya, Thrifty Treasures, Barb, Picky Chick, Angie, Treasured Vintage. I'm leaving some people out. Forgive me. Anita, forgive me if I left you out, jewelry girls. I love you and appreciate you. I've been watching and learning, and every once in a while I do buy jewelry, and I just throw it in this box. So this is jewelry box of about 3 years, with the exception of this awesome, you guys remember this from about 2 months ago that I got for $2.49 at the Goodwill? Wait a minute. Yeah. This is silver, pure silver. They every once in a while they miss it. So I just can't decide whether to scrap this or sell it as is. I think because I'm also a collector of certain things and I understand that mindset, I think I should give it a fair chance for someone who wants to collect this name. And it's a kind of a cute little pattern too. But the price will have to be more than the silver's value. But when I looked up comps of this name, I think I could. It was like I saw pieces in this brand for somewhere around $200 or so. Now, this was a few months ago. And I think it's got some weight to it. I think scrap on it would be, I think it equaled out to about the same. So I think to be responsible, I should give this a fair chance to sell whole. And so I think I will do that. And if it doesn't, then I might scrap it. I haven't, we'll see. Or I might just keep it as, my little pseudo gold bars. Because I also, oh my gosh, this has been years ago. I've just been stockpiling this. I have a bunch of silverware. This is real silver. And look, Some of it brand new. Wait a minute. I wish I could find, I want to find one with the price because you won't believe me if I tell you. If I just tell you, you'll call me a liar, but I'm not. Okay, these are still sealed. Sterling, all sterling flatware. 19 cents a piece is what these were. You guys, please believe me, I would not lie to you. So, again, the same dilemma. Scrap value versus replacement value. This is why I just haven't brought myself to figure out what to do with these. This is kind of like a, I don't know, maybe I am a prepper, because if things like the apocalypse comes, I do have, like, I don't have gold, except for maybe a couple of rings, but I've got some silver if money's no good. Anyways, and the rest of this is jewelry. So I could tackle jewelry first, and I'm going to need some help. I did buy the kit. Like I said, it came in the other week, shipped to me. So I got the testing kit, just the cheap one, $15, like what Thelma uses and most of the other jewelry girls. Just a beginner kit. It's not an end-all be-all, but it's a start, right? An affordable start. Now, let me check the chat and I'll talk about this box. Yes, 19 cents a piece. The thrift stores miss things every once in a while. How they missed something that was still sealed package and says sterling right on it, I don't know, but they did. Maybe somebody knew. But anyways, I've got a whole bag of sterling silver as well. Yes. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm pretty sure a handful of us are definitely going to come over and support you, okay? It's going to be fine. So I know other people have been kind of helping her, and she's been researching how to do it. I sent her a link to some little fake, not fake, like pseudo training clips that I had made for Ashley Rose. So I think with everybody that's been helping her, and then I can see a lot of us are going to be over there to support you. My channel's not real big either. I think I'm growing slowly though. You know, I've had this channel for years, you guys. Let's talk about YouTube for a minute. I've had this channel for years. Like, I go back before there was hardly even anybody on YouTube doing this. And I did start a channel, but I never really did anything on it. I was always on panel shows on other people's channels or interviewing. And then at one point I decided just to focus on my own. So I used to do the reseller stew once a week, and Deb just kind of got too busy to do it. So I'm like, well, I got to socialize and have my attention. So I started focusing on my own channel. And it's been good. It's been growing slowly. I think this month I picked up about almost 250. So posting consistently and doing lives, no matter how quirky, whatever, people are either going to love you or they're not, you know, whatever, really helps. So what was my point? Oh, so those of you that are new, because I know some of my vintage friends that I've been meeting, thank you, because I've been, like, I have a lot of friends on like the general side of reselling, forgive these terms, but I'm just now meeting people on the, you know, antique and vintage side. But anyways, so those of you that are new starting channels, like, just hang with it and be consistent, because I'm seeing growth now that I'm being consistent. Okay. All right. So where was I? How many times a week do you do lives? I try to do at least a couple a month, but now that I've been home, you know, you're going to see me popping on here begging for attention quite frequently. But I would do more lives because I like to do the thrift with me's. If I could get good reception at any of these thrift stores or antique malls, I would love to go live and do that. Thelma Thrift does it a lot, and my friend, oh, I can't think of the name right now. No, she does GoPro Tanya does GoPro with her garage sales. No, she doesn't do live. Anyways, if I can ever find a good spot where I can get reception and go live with my phone on YouTube, I would so do that. I think that would be more fun. Anyways, so probably while we're on lockdown or whatever, you'll probably see me on here chatting, saying, y'all come talk to me for a while, quite often. But I try to post in general at least no less than twice a week, at least, okay? And I should do more because I'm still a smaller channel. What am I at? I'm at about 3,500. I think I just rolled over to 3,500. So I have gained quite a lot since I started managing my own channel right before summer of last year. So what are we talking about? About 8-9 months. I've gained over 2,000 subscribers. That's not nothing to get, like, that's not mind blowing, but for just doing it organically, that's not too bad. And then also, you know, it's a little harder, like when you're a little bit older, it's a little bit harder. You know, you have to work a little bit harder on promotion, especially over on Instagram, because Instagram, you know, is a little bit younger crowd. The demographics on Instagram is definitely expanding. Definitely. I'm seeing a lot more Gen Xers over there. And a baby boomer. There's a little baby boomer I'm noticing with hashtags and things like that, because AARP did an article about a bunch of baby boomers that had a grip of followers on Instagram, like they're big. So yay for that. I'm rambling. Let me check this. Angie does. Oh yeah, Angie. You're right, Cindy. Angie treasured vintage. Yes. Love Angie. Okay. Okay, so now the other box, this is all a bunch of jewelry. Some of it 3 or 4 years ago. Same for this box. This box, sunglasses, designer cases, designer glasses for the frames. Now I do have a little bit of an experience with that. I've sold some vintage frames. I learned something the hard way. Let me tell you this story. So this is when I first started out being online. This was a while. This was some time ago. I found a pair of vintage frames at the thrift store, and I was so excited. I'm like, ooh, they don't know this is vintage. They were $1.99. Well, smarty pants me, guess what? They were also gold. Oh my gosh. I sold them for, I don't know, he got them for like $20, $25. And then after he got them, he messaged me and said, pop the lens out. I just want the frame. They're gold. I'm going to scrap them. I could have pulled the sale, but I didn't because that's unethical. And I wasn't starving for money. But those were worth more than $25 for the scrap. Learned something there. Okay. Now, I used to follow, if you're OG in the reseller community before it blew up on Instagram and YouTube, you're with all the young people, because when Poshmark came up, we got a grip of young, like stay-at-home moms with children that use Poshmark. And I'm being very stereotypical and profiling, but that's the truth, okay? And so YouTube kind of blew up with a lot of reselling channels. And some of them are still successful to this day. Like they keep growing and they're very successful. But there didn't used to be that many before Poshmark especially. But anyways, there was someone they were called the Dorky Thrifters. Some of you will remember Becky, and her husband died. It was very sad in the reseller community. I think we did a fundraiser for her, I believe. But Becky, Dorky Thrifters, sometimes she comes back onto her YouTube channel and posts. She was really good at teaching us. She had a series about teaching us how to sell glasses and the frames. So even those prescription glasses that you see at the thrift store, technically we can't sell them as corrective eyewear. You have to word your listing carefully, but there's money to be made, and you can check it out right now on eBay if you want to. So I have a ton of designer frames that I bought at the thrift store. This is a Kate Spade designer vintage sunglasses like Carrera and some John Lennon's. I've got a bunch of Ray-Bans, vintage Ray-Bans, and I can't remember what this is called, but I've got a bunch of these. Darn it, forgive me. But if I choose this box, y'all will find out pretty quick. I've got a bunch of these. These are specially engineered. There's some kind of aviator. I think they were for the Air Force, but a lot of other people wear these. They have a special name. I wish I could remember. Sorry, I'm not prepared. I just learned about it, and I've been throwing them in here every time I find them. So these resell for good money too. Some will be corrective and some not. When they're corrective, you just talk about selling the frame. So this box is full. This is a money box too. But I don't know who else teaches that. But for me, Becky, Dorky Thrifters is the best. And there are templates that you can get that show you how to properly measure these for listing. Because there are people who will buy designer frames and take them to their eye doctor and have them refilled. I love our reseller community. Yes. We get a few bad apples every once in a while, but usually they get corrected real quick. This is a cool pair. I've had this. See, look at the date on this. Oh my gosh, 2016. Vintage Foster Grants. I bought them at the Arc thrift store for $1.50. Brand new, super cool. Look at these. You see the Rasta coloring? So, you know what I mean by Rasta? This is a pair of 420 glasses for somebody. Plus they're vintage. Plus they're Foster Grant. I think I already told you, like, some of the designer cases. This was 99 cents. This is a Kate Spade. So, bunch of Ray-Ban cases and glasses. Okay, so, bunch of designer frames. Gucci. Real. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's money in here, you guys. So, there's that. And now here is the one. Here's the one I should be ashamed of myself. I'm a clothing seller predominantly. I just now started adding hard goods and expanding into vintage. I do love art glass. Yes. Okay. So this is vintage Levi's of all kinds. This is a money box too. Oh, this is desigual. Sorry. I don't know what this is doing in here. Desigual. That's a good name in clothing too, though. Spain, the designer is from Spain. I don't think it's made in Spain anymore, but very colorful. So anyways, I have a grip. Let me lower this. This is a hospital table, by the way, that I found at the thrift store. If you ever see one, get it. It's on wheels, and look, up and down, it's on wheels. You know that thing they slide in over your bed and give you your food? That's what this is. I found one for about $9 or $10 at the thrift store. And I knew, yeah. So, and I'll buy another one. I would love that. Okay, so this is the box of Levi stuff. Some of it's Big E. Now, and some of it's miscellaneous Levi, like gift items, like these tablecloths. See these tablecloths? Levi. I got a bunch of that. Jackets. Vintage shirts, Levi snap shirts. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Let me see. Now the reason I procrastinated on this is because this takes more research. When you have vintage Levi stuff, you have to do your research. You could sell something, you could sell a pair of Levi jeans for $20 that you could have got 200. So I just haven't really gotten to sit down and be like, okay, let's see what's going on here. All kinds of unique, some of these Levi's are new too, but I bought them because they were unique, maybe limited edition designs, okay? Such as these engineered ones. I knew that these aren't going to be in production, limited production. For instance, 6 or 7 months ago, I bought a pair of specialty Levi's. They were patchwork, rail and crafted. I bought them for $12.99 at Ross, and I sold them for $180 on Poshmark. They were men's, because new price on those was about $298, manufacturer suggested retail price. Not, stores always put things on sale. But I sold it for $180, which was more than fair, new with tags. I paid $12.99. Now, they weren't vintage. They were very new, but they were limited run. And they were very cool with the frayed edges, patchwork, and they were so high-end, they did it like a rich people's clothing. Do you know that real high-end pants have like a satin or silk lining inside? Either full length or at least past the knee, so that, when you move, your pants just, when you get up, they just fall right, not fall, you know what I mean? They slide back down. You don't have to get up and do this. Do you understand what I'm saying? These Levi's had that as well. So that's what helped make them, sell and make them special as well. But yeah. Okay. So in here is not just vintage. There are some specialty Levi's too. And I think, right now is not the time, but over in Japan, they were going gaga for a lot of vintage Levi's. I don't think Levi's is making a lot of these anymore. They're polyester pants. They're not making them in this silhouette, the 517 silhouette. A lot of older men, old school, they still like this silhouette, the old 517, a little bit of a boot cut flare. I've talked about this before. The new Levi 517 silhouette is more like a copy of the Wrangler boot cut. It's just not that 70s rocker hippie cool. This pair of polyester dress pants is the older cut, the older silhouette of 517. And so hardcore Levi men that have to dress up, oh my gosh, this is the answer that they like. They're Levi's, cut just like Levi jeans, but they're made out of polyester dress pants. So it's just like they're wearing their jeans and they're all happy, but they're dressed up so the partner is happy. So that's why I buy certain ones of these. Some more specialty ones. I've already tried to work with some of these. Some of these are so vintage and so unique. Like that. Sorry, it's not focusing. So you guys get my drift, right? It's going to take some time to work with this stuff and make sure I don't lose money. But I've got a bunch of orange tabs. I know I've got a big E somewhere down in here as well. That takes special care. So if I tackle this, that's going to be, I'm just going to have to film in a little bit of a series, and I'll give you guys the updates. I'll be like, okay, I've got it done. They're all listed. Go into my eBay store now, and you can see the prices and all the keywords that I found of how to list these. So that's probably what I would have to do there, because it's going to take a little bit of time. There's an old trucker jacket. Oh, look at these. See, look at this. This is a Levi set with a matching jacket, right? How much did I pay for that? Oh my gosh, 2-piece. I paid $6.50 for this set. This is another pair of printed jean material. They're cut like jeans. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you see the dilemma here of why I haven't tackled this yet. So, oh, nice little vintage Levi snap shirt with the embroidery. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's still a few of you here. What? And I'll wait, and also leave me a comment if you're watching this later. What would you like? Which one would you tackle first? Or which one would you like to see me? I don't care, either one. The Levi's, unique and vintage. All of the eyeglasses. Is there something you're interested in as well? And then, vote for that one. Or all the jewelry. Oh my gosh, the jewelry I'm going to need help on so bad. The Levi's, there are plenty of websites to help me. One of my favorites is called Heddels. I'm pretty sure it's DD. HEDDELS. Heddels or Heddies. They have a pretty extensive library of vintage Levi's in the history and how to tell against counterfeits, okay? The eyeglasses, that's great. That's a money box too, and that might be something some of you are interested in, because when we can go back to thrifting, those things can be found in the thrift store. At least all of mine have eyeglass section and garage sales and stuff. And for those of you on limited space, that's an interesting thing to sell because it doesn't take up a lot of room. You do have to protect them during shipping, but it's typically not real expensive to ship, right? Same with jewelry. The only thing about jewelry is making sure that you price it right, and if it's a high-end item, make sure that you have insurance and maybe signed delivery. All right, I actually like listing clothes. Yeah, I'm okay. I oscillate back and forth. I started out mainly clothing, just because that's kind of fashion's kind of my thing, art. But and I didn't really have as much room as I have now for storage. Now I have this room to work out of. I have a big closet behind here that has storage, and then I have a hidden fourth bedroom that I use for storage, so in my sewing room. So, well, thanks you guys for letting me talk and socialize. I appreciate it. I hope you guys will leave in the comment which one you think you'd like to see me tackle first and give a report on. If you choose the Levi's, that report, like put in order, maybe do this one and then do that one and then do jewelry last. I don't know. The Levi's will take a little longer for sure to give you the report back, but I will do that, and I'll tell you all the sources that I used, and I'll say, okay, they're up. Go look at my store. You can see what happened. And I'll list all the sources that I used over in a Thrifty Rich Club Facebook group. I have a little group, Thrifty Rich Club. It's not real active. I mainly used it to drop off information when I used to just be on other people's channels or in other people's side chats all the time, which I still am. And people would ask me a question, and I'd be like, there's no way to do that, right? And so I'd be like, I'll go drop it off over in Thrifty Rich Club on Facebook. You know, I'll go drop that information off for you. So like if you scroll through the history, you'll see a lot of, this is for Mary Smith or info for, you know, Becky Jones, just weird posts like that, and then a link or info that I dropped off. But anyways, there's a file section that I started to work on over there. Okay. Well, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you guys. I needed you guys to come chat with me. I so appreciate it. So I think I will wrap this up. I got my fill. I feel a lot better, not so isolated. Thank you so much. And I think I'll grab something to eat and just wait for Stephanie to go live here. What time is it? Oh, not too much longer. Yeah, I'll be over in Stephanie's side chatting with her and whoever shows up. So some of you, let's go support Stephanie. This is her first one, okay? So, and Stephanie, you just watched me, right? Like, I don't care. If I need a drink, I take a drink. If I mispronounce something, I start over. Whatever. Okay. All right, you guys. Much love. I will talk to you later or see you on one of your videos. Or not too much longer from now over on Stephanie. Thrifting Adventures. All right, you guys. Over and out. I love you. Bye-bye.